Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Not Your Average Glow Up. This is a safe place where we come, we talk all things mental health, spirituality, and quite a bit of tarot. Please excuse the noise today. There is a thunderstorm, but I'm having a great day. I just got done with the most wonderful personal reading with an absolute sweetheart. She requested the topic of today's video, which is what are your strengths and your weaknesses. And I'm in the mood to read tarot, and I don't want the rain to stop that today. Also, my roof is leaking today, so there's like slowly, like just water just dripping down from the roof back there. So it is what it is. It's been a crazy week for me, guys. I am going through a breakup. I decided the other day that I am finally done with the father of my children. I have not yet found a place to stay. So I am hopeful and I am manifesting that for the very near future. Place to stay, perfect job, car, all of that good stuff. I have faith that it'll all work out the way it's supposed to. It's something I've been feeling drawn to do for quite some time now. But if I'm being perfectly honest, I've just been paralyzed in fear. There's a lot of unknown factors that have just made me a little scared. So I finally took that leap of faith. We broke up last night, and I'm currently still staying here because, like I said, I don't know where I'm going to go yet. I don't have a lot of support from my friends and family in that way, but I'm trusting the process that it'll all work out soon. Tomorrow's Easter, so for the kids' sake, I didn't want to move out right before Easter anyway. So yeah, if you guys would like to book a private reading with me, the info will be in the description box below. I will be booking as many private tarot readings as humanly possible because I'm going to need the money for the move. I'm going to be needing to buy a car, pay rent, the whole 9 yards. Plus I have 2 daughters. So if you guys would like to book a private reading with me, please do. Hit me up via my email or on Instagram. But yeah, so anyways, let's get right into this reading. So I'm super excited about it. When this lovely young lady requested this reading, I was like, yes, why have I not done this yet? So there is going to be a pile 1, a pile 2, and a pile 3. The thumbnail photo was the individual piles. I already set the intention. I pulled 2 cards per pile. So the top card is what your strength is, and the bottom card is going to be what your weakness is. I'm going to pull more cards as we go along, obviously, but let's start off with the cards that I already pulled. If you picked this beautiful azulite, stunning stone. This is a stone that has deeply psychic energy here. So if you picked pile 1, you might be somebody who has a very strong intuition. You get those deep gut feelings, those inner knowings. Might be somebody who identifies as spiritual or even psychic. Yeah, this stone is deeply tied to intuition, okay? So if you are pile 1, you might be an odd duck. You might be somebody who has, less traditional views. You might be a unicorn type of person. That is your strength. The Ace of Air is about being a unique individual, going down the path that's less traveled, having a unique path in life. Not being afraid to break the mold, being okay with being a little bit different. That is your strength. So I'm going to pull some cards and see how we can better utilize that strength. So Spirit, can you tell me more about pile 1's strength? How they can better utilize this Ace of Air energy? The Star. Oh, yes, I love this card. This card is about, it can be about like fame and being like a leader. It can also be about stepping into the limelight and letting people see you. You're meant to lead. It's this unique path that is actually going to teach others. You're not just made this way for your own benefit. You're made this way to show others there's a better way of living. You are put here on this earth to enlighten and lead through example. 8 of Earth in reverse. Spirit's calling me to read from the booklet, so I'm gonna do that. Because there's a clear message here. I'm just not quite sure what exactly that is that Spirit's wanting to say. Apprenticeship, gaining knowledge, learning and employing a new craft or skill. Even the masters of their craft have more to learn, and I eagerly embrace the opportunity to go deeper, develop a greater understanding, find new ways to apply what I know. I acknowledge all that I have learned, and I accomplish the skill that I have developed. The goal I have reached. Now is the time for me to find new ways to apply what I know and enhance my experience. My beginner's awkwardness has melted away, and I know that I am what I'm doing now. I have the confidence to become more intimate with my work in all areas of my life. I see why it's in reverse now. Okay. So you might be somebody whom is a forever student of life. This card talks about like applying what you know, but yours came out in reverse because I feel like you feel like there's still so much to learn. You're constantly evolving. You take life as like a constant classroom. The people you come into contact are your teachers. This is a strength of yours. It's through this curious mind, this ever learning, ever student mind that you're evolving and you're constantly picking up on new information. Let me get one more, Spirit, on their strength, Spirit. How can they utilize this strength? Oh, 2 more apparently. You got Page of Air. Wow, it's beautiful. And the 4 of Water in reverse. Yeah, okay. So Spirit's speaking to me about making your life a constant prayer, that you are deeply connected to Spirit, that you are an angel on earth. You have been given a new way of thinking, a new path, a new direction in life. Because Spirit is calling you to use your little nuggets of wisdom, use those little pearls of the Spirit. Oh, I just got a deep message. There's a video that I seen just randomly on like Facebook or something one day. It was like some Japanese or like K-drama or something. I don't remember what it was, but there was a video about a little girl on a boat and they were trying to collect the mermaid's tears. And the mermaid, when she cried, her tears turned into pearls. And the bad guys were like acting like they were gonna drown the little girl to get the mermaid to cry so that they could collect her tears. There's a message here that through your past heartbreak, you have gained wisdom. And that wisdom, like you've learned how to transmute your pain into nuggets of wisdom that are deeply valuable for other people. They are they're unique. They're rare. Your spiritual downloads, your teachings that you get are very much so experience-based. But you have this almost magical ability to, it's like life knocks you down constantly. And you've experienced a lot of heartbreak and a lot of hurt in your life. But you have this beautiful ability, this almost angel-like, divine ability to transmute that energy and create something beautiful out of it, to create a lesson, to create, you might be an influencer. You might be somebody like a counselor or a therapist. I just heard author. Maybe you're writing a book about your life experiences. You have been given like a worldly mission where other people are going to look up to you because of the lessons you've learned through painful experiences. Okay. Songs that came out for you when I had my Spotify on shuffle. I have like 76 hours worth of music on my main playlist, and I just put it on shuffle, okay? The first song that came out for you was Soft by Kings of Leon, and when I tell you I died laughing when this song came up, because the whole song, and this is an 18 plus message, but I promise the rest of the reading isn't. The whole song's talking about him having erectile dysfunction. So it's like such a quirky and a weird message. The lyrics are, I've passed out in your garden, I'm in, I can't get off, I'm so soft. So you might be somebody who struggles with erectile dysfunction. I'm hearing demisexual. So you might be somebody where it's difficult for you to have a physical relationship with somebody unless there is a deeply healthy emotional and spiritual connection. But I feel like this song came out more as a playful spin on the fact that you're a big softie. That you might have trouble, not physically, like not talking about your sex life, but you might have trouble reaching that Garden of Eden state. You might have trouble finding your fulfillment in that ecstasy state because life just seems to kind of knock you down, okay? The second song that came out is Clarity by Zedd. It's the, you are the piece of me I wish I didn't need, chasing relentlessly, still fighting, I don't know why. If our love is tragedy, why are you, that song, okay? That song's talking about a relationship not necessarily being the healthiest, but being a chaser in that relationship. You couple that with the Kings of Leon song and the like him having like erectile dysfunction. I feel like one of the lessons you may have currently been learning, although I feel like this is your gift, is transmuting just sad situations in general, okay? But one of the most recent lessons you may have been learning has come in the form of an unhealthy relationship. And one of the ways you may have been keyed into the fact that this is not a healthy relationship and that there's a lot of hurt here is on a subconscious level, you might have been struggling with physical intimacy. Sometimes the physical manifestations can be a reflection of our mental manifestations. I know that's true for me and the father of our children. He had an affair a few years ago. And before that, the sex was really good, like really, really, really good, okay? But then after the affair, I had difficulty trusting him. So even though nothing changed physically, it was completely and totally impossible for me to enjoy physical intimacy with him. Like I couldn't enjoy it. I couldn't be fully present in the experience because there wasn't that deep emotional bond anymore. I felt like that had been broken. So maybe that's something that's happened for you as of recently. And if so, then that's just extra clarification that this pile is for you. Now, one of your weaknesses, although I've learned through the Gene Keys, okay, which is a fantastic book. I'm actually going to be doing a video on the Gene Keys soon. I just don't like to talk about subjects unless I'm fully confident that I know exactly what I'm talking about. So this is something that takes a lot of study. So I want to know that I know what I'm talking about when I speak on this, but I'm going to be doing a video on this soon. But one of the lessons in the Gene Keys, it's that our perceived weaknesses, there's actually a gift within them, okay? So this isn't necessarily a weakness. It's something that right now is out of balance, but there's a teaching behind it, okay? So in pile 1, your weakness is coming out as the Justice card. And this is that you see the best in everyone. You tend to fall in love with someone's potential. You see the good in everybody, and you are a very just person. You try to live your life in a very moral and fair way. You might even identify kind of as a pushover, as a people pleaser, because you try to constantly see both sides of things. In an argument or whatever, you sit back and you try to see, well, where are they coming from? This isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's actually a blessing because it's where you get that higher knowledge from. That's a divine gift. You have a way of loving the world that is truly unconditional because you can see both sides. You recognize that people are multidimensional. You recognize that people are both good and bad. So you try to see things from other people's sides. Right now it's coming out as a weakness because you are doing this currently as a disservice to yourself. You're holding on to a toxic situation because you're holding on to the idealized version of this person. Not who they're showing you are, but who you've fallen in love with their potential. You've fallen in love with the idea of this person. And now you're holding on to the little nuggets of good that you see in them instead of who they're showing you as a whole that they are. Seven of air, yeah. This person is surrounded by birds. Birds symbolizes angels. You see how all these birds are different though? There's some doves, there's some ducks, there's some geese. Okay. You have this way of seeing things from multiple perspectives. That's a beautiful gift. It truly is. However, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Even if you think you can see it as a mongoose, it's still gonna be a duck, okay? Ace of water. It's like, once again, there's that pearl. There's a lot of pearls here. It's like you're a little baby seahorse. And it's like, I have this pearl I want to give you. I want to love you. I'm definitely getting that pile 1 is a masculine, but they have very feminine, loving energy, which is good. That's healthy. But because seahorses, it's the male that gives birth. Oh, I just got a deep message. Okay, so when seahorses give birth, they give birth to thousands of babies, but only like 20 of them actually survive. So it's like Spirit gives you all of these fantastic, wonderful, creative ideas, and you give birth to these ideas, but not all of them are going to stand the test of time, okay? Not all of them are destined to be fruitful, okay? Spirit is telling you to A, release this toxic relationship. Be done with it. It's not for you, okay? That's just a side message. But B, don't be afraid to keep birthing new things. It's from birthing new things because you have a beautifully unique perspective on life, and you are meant to step into the limelight, okay? Just keep creating. Even if things seem like they're kind of crap ideas, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. It's through the lessons that, what am I trying to say, Spirit? Help me out here. It's through the process of creation that you learn your lessons. So it's not necessarily about the end result for you. It's about you creating. When you create things, you learn through that, okay? Spirit wants you to transmute that I see everything from every perspective energy and learning from hardship and bringing that into a more balanced place. Those are gifts that you were given. However, right now, you are, it's like you're utilizing your gifts for the wrong reasons. You're utilizing that gift of being able to see things from multiple perspectives to feed your ego instead of complete your purpose. Spirit, what else do I need to tell pile 1? Energy is gaining momentum. A time for healing in reverse. You're not healing. You're not. It's like Spirit wants you to see this from multiple perspectives so that you can heal it, not so you can hang on to it. It's like you're saying, well, this person's wounded and that's why they treated me like shit, and so I'm gonna just forgive them because they're wounded and they have stuff they need to heal, and you know, I'm wounded too, so it wouldn't be right for me to judge them for their wounding. Instead of going, this person is wounded, they're unhealed, therefore they can't meet me on my level right now. I can love them from afar, but right now their energy in my life is doing me a disservice, so it'd be beneficial for me and for them to let them go. Look at the bigger picture. Yeah, you're not looking at the bigger picture. It's like you're zoomed in on all of the minute little details, trying to find justification in actions instead of zooming out and seeing that you're being treated like shit. Nothing is yet set in stone. Yeah, your life is what you make of it. Spirit's really trying to tell you that you have a beautifully unique life and that you are meant to create the life that you want, but you always have free will. So be bold and make the first move. Yes, Spirit's telling you to take action. You know what you need to do and you're not willing to do it. So it's time to be bold and to move. Move in the direction that will bring you your highest fulfillment. Chase your joy. Woo, Spirit, reach. All right, I'm going to pull a prayer message for you. Spirit, can you give me a prayer for pile 1, please? Playfulness. Yeah, I literally just said that. Chase your joy. Playfulness. I feel adventurous. Change me, divine beloved, into one who is wildly open to the new. Free me from rigid patterns that no longer serve me. Let me feel adventurous and spontaneous, knowing that the more I open to life, the more it opens to me. Like the seahorse, open up, give birth to lots of things. And the more you put out, the more energy you exude through your creation, through your play, through this childlike sense of wonder, the more likely you are to reap the fruits of your harvest. Does that make sense? Like, okay, if you're a gardener and you have just one seed, you can plant that seed, but you don't know whether or not the seed's going to be done. You don't know if you're going to get anything. But if you have a bag full of seeds and you plant all of the seeds, even if there's a few duds in the bag, you're going to get a couple of plants. That's kind of what Spirit's telling you. That's the advice. I hope that message is coming out clearly, because I feel like it was a strange message to give, but I truly feel like that was the message Spirit had for you. All right, now I'm going to jump into pile number 2. Clearing the energy. All right, Spirit. Ooh, that smells so good. It smells sweet like honey. Okay, so pile number 2. I do not remember what this stone is called, but it is so freaking pretty. If you picked this stone, then your strength, and this is a hard one, I resonated a lot with this pile. Your strength is the 10 of Swords. Your weakness is showing up as the 6 of Cups. This is a similar message to pile 1, but it is a little bit different. So I'm going to try to word it different. Somebody might be watching all the way through, and that's fine. You can always do that. But I'm going to try to word it differently because it's always my intention to create a unique storyline per pile. Your strength in pile number 2 is that you can withstand a lot of hurt. That you're a very strong individual. That people keep stabbing you in the back and you just keep on pushing. It's like you're walking through life and oh, there's another sword put in my bag. It's like there's a TikTok where it's like they're like talking and it's like, did you just stab me? And then they just like pull it out and they just keep talking. It's like that's your strength. People try to hurt you and it does hurt, but you just keep on keeping on. That's your strength. That's what you're showing up as your strength. Okay? Spirit, can you tell me more about this strength? Wow, that was so quick. The moon. Oof. Yeah, this is a very similar message to pile 1. The Fool. In reverse. 6 of Wands in reverse. So, it's almost as if the six of Wands upright is about victory, okay? It's like you keep losing, okay? The Fool upright is about like taking little leaps of faith, okay? It's in reverse, so you might be a little bit timid to take leaps of faith. You might like to think things through, okay? Because when you do take little leaps of faith, here recently, you're not coming out victorious. It's coming out kind of like, ah! So you might have recently been a little bit of frozen in fear, like I'm afraid to take a leap of faith because I'm scared it's not going to work out in my favor. But Spirit has been speaking to you. It's like I see, I just heard Talking to the Moon by Bruno Mars, that talking to the moon, trying to get to you. I love that song. You might like sitting under the stars and looking up at the moon and reflecting about life. Like for me, when I pray to like God, my nose has just gotten so itchy. Oh my God. That usually can mean communication. Like when you're channeling and your nose gets itchy, it usually can mean that like communication is coming in for you. Like a need to connect with somebody. So you might gain clarity on the situation soon. Or you might be wanting to communicate to somebody, but there's a fear of being backstabbed again. A fear that you, like if there's like a leap of faith that you want to take, but God, my nose just got so itchy. What the hell? It's like there's a leap of faith that you want to take. It's like almost distracting how itchy my nose is right now. Maybe somebody's gonna come and communicate with me soon. Cool, I welcome it. It's like there's a leap of faith that you want to take, but you've been hurt so many times in the past, okay? That you're afraid that if you take this leap of faith, it's gonna end up in more hurt, okay? But your strength is that you've truly learned from these past hurts. That it's like Spirit communicates to you about these past hurts, and that you've gotten divine wisdom from it. It's helped you develop your divine feminine energy. And no matter if you are a man, a woman, non-binary, what the fuck ever, everybody has masculine and feminine energy. And in order to develop your psychic abilities, even if you have a penis, you have to come from a feminine energy place. And it's this past hurt that you've gone through that has actually helped shape your intuition and help you tap into those more psychic abilities. So that is a blessing, even though it seems like a not good thing. It was a teaching that your soul needed. Now you're showing up in pile 2 as your weakness being the 6 of Cups, which I'll be perfectly honest with you, I was like, what? Like, this one took me back for a minute. And then it hit me out of nowhere. Like I said in pile 1, the Gene Keys will teach you that your weaknesses are actually a gift. The things that you struggle with actually are a divine gift that you just haven't learned to cultivate yet. This is a huge indication of this, because this is a beautiful card. It's showing up as your weakness because right now you're not seeing it for what it is. Your weakness is that you love like an innocent child. You fall into relationships and situations through a very innocent perspective. It's very much so giving me like, I'm just stumbling along and whoops, fell into it. Like the fool, he's just skipping along and then he just jumps off of a cliff. It's like you have this childlike sense of wonder about you. You see the world through the eyes of a child. Oh, I just heard Bubble excited. Aw. Okay, so I had a conversation with someone, an old friend of mine. I haven't heard from them in months. But we had a conversation one time where we were talking about viewing the world through the eyes of a child. And I told my friend that I just want to be able to view the world like how my children get excited when they see bubbles. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen a child get excited about bubbles, but it's a fucking bubble and they act like it's the coolest thing in the world, right? You have a gift of being able to be bubble excited. Like, you have this gift of being, like, I see in my mind's eye a grown-ass adult like getting little kid excited about the smallest and the cutest of things. Like, it's like you see like a leaf that's shaped like a star and it like ignites a true excitement in you. It's like you're a little kid that like grew up watching The Land Before Time and you're like, it's a tree star, and you're just like so enthusiastic about it. Or like you see a bird flying in the sky, and even though you see birds every day, it's like you're the type of person that finds the joy in the tiniest little things. That is a gift. However, the reason it's showing up as your weakness is because when you approach humans with this mindset and romantic partnerships with this mindset, like a small child, you are easily manipulated. You can tell a child the whole month of December, oh, you can't be naughty, you gotta keep your room clean because Santa Claus is watching. If you don't keep your room clean, Santa won't bring you presents, and they just believe it because you told them to. It's like you have that childlike trust about you where you just trust that people are good because you're a good person and you see the good in everybody. I really feel like if you're in pile 2, you also watch pile 1. It's like you see the good in everybody. And like I'm a good person, so why isn't everybody else a good person? It's like it's really sweet. And it's funny because this oh wow, I just got a deep message. I said earlier that this incense kind of smelled like honey, but it's not a honey like scented incense, it's a jasmine scented incense. And I just got a really deep message. Jasmine blooms and grows at night, and it actually releases its sweetest fragrance at night. In the darkness. It's like you have this innate ability to be able to transmute hurt and to be able to keep on ticking. And it's through that. It's like sorry, I'm getting emotional. I just kind of want to hug you now. It's like when a child falls down and they scrape their knee, or they fall down and they're like, and depending on how you react is whether or not they're gonna squall and burst into tears, or they just hop right up and act like nothing hurts, and their like elbows are all bloody and they're bruised, and you're like, oh my God, I know that had to fucking hurt. But like if you don't react, then they just keep on and ticking, you know, like my daughter, she was jumping on the bed and she like nosedived off the bed and hit the ground, and I was like, oh my God, that had to hurt. But I didn't react, and I was just like, you're okay, and she just jumped right back up and started playing again like nothing, you know. It's like you're like that. It's like somebody can hurt you, but if they act like you're not hurt, like what they did wasn't so bad, or the situation wasn't so bad, it's like you're easily gaslit. As a mother of beautiful babies, like even if you're a grown-ass adult, this makes me just want to protect you. I resonate really deeply with this energy because I'm a lot like this myself. I'm very naive. I easily get hurt, but I keep on just a ticking, and I forgive, and I have that like childlike sense of wonder about me. But like, this is a gift to be able to do this. However, like pile 1, you're giving others too much power over you. It comes from a very naive place. You have to put up boundaries, healthy boundaries for yourself. And you have to learn that healthy boundaries is not a reflection, is not the same as building walls around your heart. You can trust and believe that other people are good without letting people walk all over you. The songs for pile 2 is Save Me by Jelly Roll. This song is so fucking sad. Okay, it's such a good song. It's somebody save me from myself. It's been a long road and I'm living in hell. They say that my lifestyle's bad for my health. Oh, it's such a good song. Basically what he's saying is that he constantly hurts himself. That he's living a life that only leads to more heartbreak, and that he feels that he's gotten so deep into that mindset that he can't be saved, but he wants to be saved. The second song that came up is One Love by Bob Marley. 2 completely different songs. Like 2 completely different vibes. One love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright. Yeah, great song. They both come from the same place though. The same mindset in the right situations can lead to One Love or can lead to Save Me. You have to use a spirit of discernment, that divine wisdom, that inner knowing of when to let your inner child run free and when to step into that more adult energy. It's a beautiful thing to let your inner child play with the right people. It's one of indications of a healthy relationship is when you can come together and you can be a child with somebody else. A truly healthy relationship is not just growing old with somebody, it's forever staying young with somebody. Being able to play with them, being able to laugh with them, being able to see the world from this beautifully, wonderfully playful perspective. But you can't be that way with everybody. You would never, ever look at an adult human dating a child and be like, oh yeah, that's healthy, that's normal. You go, ugh, that's disgusting, that's wrong, they need to be in prison. But that's what you're doing spiritually. Have this beautiful inner child, this innocent soul, but you're playing with adult perversion. I don't know if this metaphor is making sense. It's like the people you have recently been allowing into your heart space see your inner child, and they don't want to protect and nurture that inner child. They want to manipulate and shape and mold it and take advantage. And it's up to you to learn from this past heartbreak. Don't do away with your inner child. This child can come out and play with the right people, other innocent souls. But you have to learn from this heartbreak and trust your gut feeling, your intuition, and use your intuition on, is this person another child that I can be free with, or is this person somebody who's going to use me and hurt me? But that does not mean to live your life in fear and be afraid to take leaps of faith because you're afraid that you won't be victorious. You're afraid that you're going to be hurt again. It's shifting this and learning that it is okay to take a leap of faith. It's okay to let your inner child run free and to play and enjoy life. That's the whole point of life, is to live it to its absolute fullest. But you have to find like-minded people. You have to find people that meet you where you are, that you can be your truest, most authentic self with. Wow, it's a beautiful message, Spirit. Spirit, what messages do you have for pile 2? What do they need to know right now, Spirit? Confidence is your key to success. It's in reverse because you're not feeling confident right now. Your dreams need a practical plan in reverse because you're afraid to move forward. You're afraid to plan ahead because you've been like knocked down a couple of pegs because you came in contact with some yucky energy. That's not a reflection of your self-worth. It's not a reflection of like you're not worthy of love, you're not worthy of play, you're not worthy of joy. It's a reflection of you are around shitty people. Conclusions are within reach. Yeah, you gotta release this energy in order to turn this around. You have to release this toxicity. You have to forgive this person that hurt you. Forgive these past situations, but forgiveness does not mean keep this person in your life. Okay? A predator gets banned from going to the playgrounds and going to the schools, okay? You have to recognize that you're a small, innocent child and that this person is taking advantage of that. And you have to put them on the list of people who aren't welcome in your energy. You have to cut this person out. This is a kind of a gross metaphor that I keep using, but it's like it's the message that's coming to me. I feel like Spirit needs to speak to you in extremes. Maybe you're somebody who really loves children and like you're very protective over children. So maybe Spirit is using this metaphor to help you realize the severity of the situation. Maybe you're not used to loving yourself to the extent that you need to. What do you need to release? Came out upright. Spirit's like, it's time to release this bullshit. This person is toxic AF. Wow. All right, Spirit, give me a prayer for them. What prayer does pile number 2 need? Oop, that was so quick. Oh, it ran away. Sacred self, I know I am love. I love this card. Change me, divine beloved, into one who knows my true worth in every moment. Let me experience that I am love. My own sacred self will always draw kindred spirits. Yeah, when you operate from a place of authenticity, you are like a magnet for what you believe you deserve. So if you believe that you are love and that you have a big love to give, you draw in that kind of love. But if you believe that you are not lovable, then you're going to draw in karmic partners who meet you where you're at. Like, if you believe that you're not deserving of being treated good, then you're going to continue to manifest shit. Mystery, I rest in the unknown. Change me, beloved, into one who rests peacefully in the unknown until the right and timely actions are shown. I offer the mystery to you alone. Wow. That's beautiful. Spirit is telling you that there's things in your life that you cannot yet see. You can't see it unfolding right now. I believe that thing is a big love. I believe that thing that you can't see right now is like your soulmate, your divine counterpart, your twin flame, whatever the wordage you want to use, your future spouse, whatever. You have to believe that they are already yours. They're already yours. Spirit has already done it. It's a thing. And when you truly believe that you are deserving of that, that's when it's going to come into alignment. But you need to make a practical plan. Manifestation isn't just, okay, I'm calling in my divine love. I believe I'm deserving of my divine love. If you sit at your house every day, your divine love isn't going to fall out of the fucking sky and show up at your doorstep. You have to put yourself out there. You have to communicate. You have to take action. So that Fool card, you need to take that leap of faith. But when you take that leap of faith, you have to have faith in what you cannot tangibly see. You don't know if you're going to be caught or if you're going to fall flat on your fucking face. Here's the thing though. You've been stabbed in the back 100 times. You've been hurt 1,000,000 times. And you've survived every fucking time. Yes, it hurt. Yes, it sucked. But you've made your way through it. You're gonna get through this too. I feel like this time God's gonna catch you. You just have to be willing to take that leap of faith. All right, pile number 3. My incense burned all the way out. So I'm gonna use this dragon's blood. Pile number 3. Oof. If you picked this beautiful celestite crystal, I love this crystal. It's so freaking pretty. It's even got a cave on the back. Like, it's stunning. Then this is your message. The first card that came out is the King of Pentacles. This is your strength. Your strength is that you are a business person. You know how to manifest in the material realm. You know how to get what you want out of life. You might be an entrepreneur. You might be somebody who has many different creative projects. You might be somebody whom, like, you set a goal and you just reach your goal. Like, just bam, bam, bam. Like, this is master manifestor energy. This is like, I got this. Like, you just have this gift of being able to just bring in what you want out of life. That's fucking amazing. I love this energy. Strength. Yeah, you have a lot of strength, a lot of courage. Wow, the Lovers. Shit. 2 of Pentacles, yeah. This is a beautiful balance of divine feminine and divine masculine energy. This is like having an inner knowing or a download and then jumping on it and making it happen. You have a beautiful gift for getting downloads and then acting on them. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people get a lot of amazing ideas and they never act on them. You are not that person. You act. Okay? You have a lot of courage. You charge effortlessly into the unknown. Like that is your true nature. Okay, so on this card, that I'm going to cover up some titties because, you know, YouTube. On this card, there's a naked woman on the back of a lion, and she's like pointing like a dagger up at the sky, and then there's just like frogs and snakes kind of like going to this, it looks like a tiny fire on an island. But you know what it made me think of? It made me think of Moses and the burning bush, and like Moses is like, what is your name? Like asking God like what God's name is. And God was like, I am that I am. It's like, you know who you are. It's really beautiful energy. It's like you're confident, your natural state, and like you might get thrown out of balance every once in a while because everybody has their bad days or like a situation that throws them out of whack. But your natural state, like your strength is that you're very confident in who you are. Like you're like, this is me, take it or leave it. And I feel like this has almost like brought lovers in and out of your life like very easily. Like it's almost like you don't even have to like, what is the word I'm looking to? There's a ladybug crawling on the ceiling right now, and ladybugs symbolize good luck. So it's like you're the type of person where if you're like at like a bar or something, it's like you don't have to go like majorly out of your way to seduce people and to get people to look at you and to want you and to crave you. It's like almost like you take more of a feminine approach to romantic relationships. Like you draw people in magnetically, so you don't have to take a lot of action in romantic relationships. You're like, you have a quiet sort of feminine strength about romantic partnerships. It's like you know that you're the shit, therefore other people pick up that you know that you're the shit, and therefore they're just drawn to you. Like these snakes and these frogs like swimming to that bush. It's like people just come to you, okay? However, because of that, you draw in a lot of snakes, which isn't always good, okay? That's why the Four of Wands came out as your weakness. This is about like soul ties. This is about like romantic partnerships, but it's coming out of your weakness because you're drawing in a lot of snakes and frogs. Because you're so good at manifesting and you're showing up as this King of Pentacles, which it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It's just you're showing up more masculine energy in the earthly realm. Like you're really good at manifesting. You draw in a lot of people whom don't have necessarily the best of intentions because they want you for what you can provide for them. It's very transactional. It's very it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like, you don't even have to say, oh, I'm ballin', I got it like that, like I'm famous or I'm rich or anything. It's like you have this quiet sort of confidence about you that exudes this energy of like people look at you and they go, they got it going on, I want to be with them. They want to be with you for the wrong reasons. They don't want to be with you for the love that you have to give. They want to be with you to get what you've got. Does that make sense? And it's like, people are like juggling you. Like, okay, on this Two of Pentacles, it's like, it's got this guy juggling these two pentacles, and then there's this like little loyal puppy with like the paper sack lunch. It's like, you're the little paper sack lunch, like you're trying to feed and provide for people, like an innocent little puppy dog, like, hey, let me love you, let me nourish you and feed you and protect you and clothe you. And like, you might, like, one of your love languages might be gift giving, you know? And it's like, you are the type of person where it's like, oh, you get a new girlfriend. It's like, you buy them like a Prada bag, and these girls are like, damn, he's got it going on, you know? Or it's like, you're a woman, and it's like, you're constantly like cooking meals for the guy, or, you know, like you're doing things. And it's like, these people love what you can do for them, but they take for granted your loyalty. But it's like, once you fall in love with them, it's like you're tied to them. In the Lovers and this Four of Wands, these people are tied together. It's like you make bonds with people. And it's like, the type of love you have to offer is so rare and it's so beautiful that you're like the pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. It's like not everybody can find the end of that rainbow, but you have this unconditional childlike love. Oh God, I really feel like there's one specific person that's watching all three piles. You have this like beautiful, childlike, innocent, truly unconditional, divine love that you give, and people take it for granted because Spirit has blessed you so much in the material world that people only see that aspect of you instead of this beautiful heart. Five of Cups, yeah. And Temperance in reverse. It's like this really gross energy. You have a really gross manipulative energy around you. Like, this particular Five of Cups has like this, I'm into like the witchy vibes, and I don't think that magic is necessarily evil, but on this card I get yucky vibes, like dark magic, okay? It's like this person is like spilling out all this wine and like wasting it into the ground. And there's even like a little fishy on the ground, like flopping around, dying, because this person's like, I don't want your blessings. I don't want what you have to offer. I'm going to take it for granted. I just spilled that shit out and waste it. Like, I don't want what you have to give me. Like, meanwhile, it's like, this is like symbolic of your blood. Like, you've like bled out for people. Like, you've sacrificed so much for others, and it's like they take it for granted. Like, they spill your sacrifice out into the ground. It's like you haven't learned to pour into yourself the way that you pour into others. It's Temperance card. See, this guy is like pouring from one jar into another. You haven't learned to balance and to pour into yourself. Like, I've noticed here, he's got like feathers on his Achilles heel. It's like people know your Achilles heel is your love. It's like people know one swift kick to your Achilles heel and like you're gonna fall. I hate this for you. Like, it makes me like want to beat somebody up. I don't like this. Advice, Spirit. Spirit's telling me to keep pulling from this. Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is about speaking your truth. Don't sugarcoat shit. Don't be afraid to have a sharp tongue. Don't be afraid to cuss a motherfucker out. Like, speak up for yourself. But don't be like nasty and like, and just like hurtful with your words, like, but don't be afraid to speak your truth. When speaking your truth and fighting for what's right, what's just, you will receive the 10 of Pentacles because you're a fucking master manifester. The 10 of Pentacles is about getting everything you want in the life, like home, finances, job, all that. Like Pentacles are earthly matters. So like creating the life you want, you get that through walking in truth, like speaking your mind, because you've developed a lot of wisdom. You know things that other people just are ignorant to. Knight of Wands in reverse. But you're like afraid to charge ahead and chase your passions because you've been knocked down a peg or two, because people take advantage because they're shitty. But a couple of shitty people, a couple of rotten eggs doesn't mean you like throw out the chicken, right? It's like, no, it's your fault because you didn't like harvest the eggs, you know, when they were good, you know, right? So like you don't throw out the whole ass chicken because you've gotten a couple of rotten eggs. You like learn to adjust the way you're approaching harvesting the eggs, you know? Pile 3, your songs were Sure Thing by Miguel. It's that even when the sky keeps falling, even when the sun don't shine, I got a thing where you and I said you little free hand of mine. You know, this song's about like, even if circumstances aren't the best, even though life is hard, he's saying, I still got faith in you and I. Like, you need to realize that just because bad things happen in the world doesn't mean that everything is bad all the time. You have to have faith in the world that you're a good person, therefore you're deserving of a good person, and that God has a good person for you. Okay, the next song is the Unthinkable by Alicia Keys. I love this song. It's like, sorry, I'm drawing a blank. The song starts out, moment of honesty. Yeah, a moment of honesty, like the Ace of Swords. Like there's somebody that you need to communicate with. It's a side message. That's not the main message of this reading, but there's somebody who is good for you, that you know is good for you, that you need to have a conversation with. My nose was itching like hell in one of the piles. So if you watched all of those piles and they were resonating with you, then I was saying, talking about communication, I feel like the communication needs to come from you. You need to have a moment of honesty. You need to get real. You need to explain to this person what's going on. But it's like, the song is like, if we do the unthinkable, would it make us look crazy? And I think that, once again, my nose is itching. Okay. It's like, in a world of Tinder, of like treating people like options, like swiping on people because there's always the next one, just move on, use them, treat them like shit. What can they do for me? In a world of transactional relationships, can we do the unthinkable? Would it make us look crazy to run after real, true, innocent, pure love? A lot of people would say yes. A lot of people would try to steer you in the easier path, in the path of do what everybody else does. Don't be like pile 1. Don't be a unicorn. Don't chase the road less traveled. Man, just get back on like dating, go on Tinder, like have cheap hookups, like have transactional relationships. That's easier. Don't put yourself out there. That's crazy. Like, that's what the world will tell you. But Spirit's saying to do the unthinkable, to take the path that's less traveled, to know your worth, and then use your intuition to find people that meet you where you're at mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. All right, one final prayer card, and then I'm gonna wrap this puppy up because I think that about does it. And it popped right off the top. Mystery, rest in the unknown. Change me, divine beloved, into one who rests peacefully in the unknown. The right path and timely actions are shown. I offer the mystery to you alone. You have to trust in what you can't see. I don't know if I need to take this leap of faith, but I'm scared because I don't know what the outcome will be. Spirit's like, just do it. I'm telling you to do it. Trust in it. Now. The time is now. Spirit's like, the moment you watch this reading, if it resonates for you, like that conversation needs to have now. Don't even hesitate. The moment this video is over, call that person. The moment that this video is over, type that email. Whatever communication it is, quit putting it on the back burner. Trust in the unknown and be like, yep, I'm doing this. I'm putting myself out there. Fear, releasing fear. I release all fear. Whew, shit. The next one is freedom. I love myself. The next one is intuition. God finds a way. Holy crap, this is a deeply beautiful message. It's like Spirit is saying you've rested, you've recuperated, you've learned your lessons. Now is the time to act and step into freeing yourself, stepping into releasing the fear and stepping into your joy. It's time to play. It's time to be a small child and enjoy life. Wow. Wow. God has paved a way for you. You can trust in that. Even though you can't see it, it's there. The path is already there. Your divine love, your manifestations are at the end of the path. It's already there. It's already done. It's written. It's like, I used this analogy for the tarot reading that I did earlier today. It's like you're here in the book and you're the main character, and you've gone through some hurts, some habits, some hangups. You're currently at the place where you just got done fighting the dragon, okay? And you're in the dark cave, you're tired, you're like a little burnt up, you're like arms in like a handmade sling, but you made it. And God's like, you still have to go around the mountain, okay? You've gone on this hero journey, you defeated the dragon, you've made it this far. You just have to walk through the snow and around this mountain. And on the other side of the mountain is the castle with the beautiful princess. And you're happily ever after. Like, that's, Spirit's like, you're so fucking close. You can't see it yet, but the very last page says, and then they lived happily ever after. Spirit's like, I got that for you. I need you to trust that you're gonna be getting the 10 of Pentacles because you are the King of Pentacles. That's who you are. Beautiful reading. Absolutely stunning reading. Thank you to the viewer who requested this reading. It was wonderful. If anybody else has any ideas for readings in the future, feel free to comment them below. Also, because I will be making some big life adjustments here in the very near future, I will be accepting as many private readings as humanly possible. So please, 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 please feel free to book a reading with me. I love you guys, and I wish you the absolute best, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.